morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. We are very happy today because it is a Technique Tuesday. We love these shows here at Hunky Dory. We don't often get time for them, and we can just dive in, we can take our time, we can do a few bits and pieces. It's really, really fun. You will want to join us if you have any questions about acetate crafting, but we're going to be having so much fun besides which. My name's Rebekah Monks and I'm going to be hosting this show for you guys. In the producer's station we have the wonderful Jess. Good morning. And crafting for us, showing us a few hints, tips, tricks, techniques. It is the wonderful Anne-Marie, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I hope that's the plan anyway.
Yeah, I know. There is no plan other than acetate crafting.
I've just got some acetate. We're just gonna craft up some stuff.
Luckily, there's so much you can do with acetate.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we're so excited. So if you do have any questions, please do let us know, and we will try and demonstrate them or explain anything we can regarding acetate crafting. We've got a few bits and pieces to show you as well, but let's kick it off with Win It Weekly. Okay, so this week's prize is the wonderful Into the Wild designer deco. This is a whopper.
It's an absolute wodge, isn't
it just? It's like, woo! 24 of your decollage sets in here. Build up that beautiful, beautiful decollage. So dimensional. 12 designs, 2 of each. And we've got all sorts of friends in here. We've got wolves, sloths, whales, little pandas, cheetahs, elephants. Look at all this that you're getting in there. And we would like you to like, share and comment with your answer to the following question, and you could be one of our 3 lucky winners. We want to know how many buildings have made up the largest edible gingerbread village. We've had a few numbers questions lately, Jess.
I think it's Lisa.
Lisa, she does like her numbers, doesn't she? Is it A, 947, B, 1,138, or C, 1,251. It's getting it all out, Jess.
The long numbers,
the long numbers. Yeah.
Like 6, fine.
Yeah.
You know, even double figures, absolutely fine. But once you get to triple figures,
I know, it's just, we're done.
Too much.
We're totally done. Don't even get us started on things like decimals, my goodness.
No, absolutely not.
Speaking of gingerbread houses, have you ever made one?
I've only ever made them like when you get the set.
Like a kit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's as brave as I'll go.
That would be me as well. Yeah, absolutely. We'll stick to cards and things.
Yeah.
Much easier.
Yeah.
Much easier. Okay, are we ready to dive in to our show today? Okay, we're going straight on in with our acetate crafting, because we obviously want to get straight over to Anne-Marie and see what she can show us all of these with acetate. So we've got 2 different sort of acetates. We have a really nice lightweight one, which is perfect if you post your cards or anything like that. So we'll start with this one, the clear acetate, 140 micron, 5 sheets in here. So yeah, 140 micron is our lighter weight one. So like I say, this is perfect for posting your cards, perfect if you just want to do like mats and layers, do it in frames, put it behind toppers, anything like that really, we'd say. Perfect for card apertures, obviously, as you can see there. It's £2.50. Obviously they are A4 sheets, and they do give you that really nice invisible glass window, luxurious look to your cards. So that's £2.50 for the 5. We then go up to our 20 sheets here. That's the big one. 20 sheets as well is £7.99. And again, you've got all of your discounts on there, your club and your diamond discounts. If you want an absolute whopping 80 sheet mega buy for you, we've got this on an incredible price. That is just £19.99. Again, you're going to save at least £1 for being a club member and £2 if you are a diamond member. It does look as well, it looks fantastic. I felt myself using this a lot with the diamond kit, if you've just got that as well.
Nice.
Because there's some really nice classy vintage images that just love that sort of cake shop window sort of feel in there as well. Definitely stock up on that as well. So that is oh yeah, and then we're going to show you some of our foiled acetate. Now our foiled acetate is heavier weighted than that. This goes up to 220 micron. So like I say, that's just under kind of double the weight of that. And this is what we use for our construction sort of projects here. Absolutely beautiful foiled designs. These are foiled by the men on the machines who are just fantastic. They are so experienced in doing this kind of work on our machines because it is tricky. It is really, really tricky. I always say nobody does foiled acetate. You would struggle to find acetate with this much variety, this much choice anywhere really. It is something very, very sort of unique and special to us. And it is something that just really complements all of our kits. If you stocked up on Top of Madness yesterday and maybe got a bit so this is, like I say, our deco one with those beautiful corners. And then we can do things like this here at Hunky Dory. Look at this, edge to edge. This is very, very special. Perfect for your box and bag making. This way, because it is construction friendly, it is perfect. Obviously, we've got the Here's to Him collection. Many of these designs, though, would work so well with your other kits. I mean, this is just kind of like a kind of terrazzo marble speckled effect here. That would go with almost any kit, I'm sure. And like I say, absolutely beautiful designs. We've got the sort of this sort of reminds me of golf clothes, like that Harlequin.
It's really cool, isn't
Argyle, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's cool. Really, really cool. We've got the news. Honestly, Here's to Him foiled acetate was one of my favourites.
Yeah, mine too.
You've got the newspaper column, mainly because you get these really fancy edge-to-edge designs. We don't often do this many in one kit. And then, again, you've got the swirls as well, which I could just see working so well with weddings and feminine
that would
kits.
be beautiful,
Wouldn't it just? Absolutely. We have our cute little pressed flowers one with those Ditsy Doodly designs. We've got those kind of pinstripe notepad margins on here. And we've got our little borders as well. Like I say, you can be making acetate easels, you can be making boxes, frames, shakers, you name it, you can absolutely do it with acetate. Anne-Marie will show us how to do things like hide workings as well if you want to. Like I say, any questions, do get them in. We are not too bad with the iPads this morning. And also, how cute is this design?
I love this one.
Would be so perfect for like a little thank you teacher card.
Yeah, it would be, definitely.
Absolutely so cute. First or last day of school, anything like that. Good luck with your exams. Love, love, love that one with the stationery. It's just adorable. Then we move on to our Moonlight Fairies. So not only that is, we also, not only do we foil it specially like this, we then dive into our colours of foil here. Like this Moonlight Fairies one is black. Again, with all colours apart from silver, the reverse is the other colour. The black is black on both sides, but if I just get one of the gold ones, here we go. It is silver on the other side. So if you want to use it with an alternative kit, you absolutely can do. That is the beauty of our foiled acetate. When it's in gold or something like that, the reverse is always silver for that really nice neutral finish. We've got those edge-to-edge moonlit stars there. We've got that gorgeous, gorgeous scene there with the butterflies in the sort of wild grass. And again, we've got our shooting stars on there. That is beautiful.
So pretty.
So, so pretty. We've got so many as well. This one was with our last club gift, Fairy Wishes. A very, very popular club gift as well.
Oh, that one's pretty as well.
Gorgeous designs. Like I say, nobody does as much as us with foiled acetate. It is absolutely stunning. What we can do with it is amazing. The butterflies there. So like I say, these do go with our kits, but they will work in your stash with whatever. And then we move on to the Storybook Woods one here as well. This would go really well with any of those cute Ditsy collections. By the Riverside would go really well with this one as well. I know we showed a bit of that one yesterday. Gorgeous edge-to-edge designs, borders, corners, everything like that. Absolutely gorgeous. Chloe's card making says, is acetate worth learning to use? It absolutely is. It's easier than you think. And it gives a really polished look. Jackie has said, yes, I love it. Viv says, most definitely transforms our cards. So you don't need to listen to us when you say, is it worth it? It absolutely is. You can obviously, like I say, just read some of those comments that say, yes, it really, really is. But we're going to get a few little demos and tricks in, aren't we, Anne-Marie?
We are, yeah. So there isn't really a plan or an order.
This is fine.
We're just going to get it all out. We're going to spin it all out. Okay, so let me just show you the difference between, it's very tricky because obviously it is completely see-through, the difference between the 140 micron and the 220. So the 220 is our heavyweight, and the micron is measured in like the thickness of it rather than a weight. It's like the actual thickness of the material. So that's how, that's why it's just a different one rather than weight. And then you can see how sturdy that is. You know, it's kind of holding its own there with that 220 kind of weight. But your 140 is a much lighter weight. I don't want to say flimsy because it's not a good descriptive
No,
word,
it's
but
not.
do you know what I mean? It's a much lighter weight. So like you were saying, for anything that you don't need structure in your cards, if you're using acetate just purely for decorative reasons, you don't need it for anything structural or anything like that, then your 141 is absolutely perfect. You don't need to be using your more expensive one. But if you're wanting the structure of, you know, maybe it's a support for a card or a bridge, or you're actually making your base card out of this because you can do that, then you definitely want to be using your 220. So that's kind of the only difference really between them is the weight and the job that it's going to do. But let's just bring in one of our 220s and we're just going to have a play around with getting some texture into this first of all. So obviously we can do this with our scoreboard, and we can use our score tool, but I'm also going to get one of my embossing tools. I don't know if I've got my little skinny one in here actually.
Awesome.
Do we have any embossing tools in
Oh, do you know,
here?
I thought we did the little tool organizer. Yeah.
I just need
Do you
the
want one of
skinny
these?
one. Yeah, just one of the little skinny ones, please.
Yeah,
Thank you.
No
Just
worries.
that one. Is
That one?
perfect. Thank you. So obviously, this has just got such a fine point. It's going to give us just a little bit of a different look. That's all. So obviously, we can still do all of our decorative bits and pieces. So you can kind of be scoring on here and adding some detail in with your score line. So if I just pop that one there, and I'm just going to turn it around and do the same this way as well. So I'm just scoring at every quarter inch on there to get this kind of embossed finish. You can see that on the screen there, and obviously if you continue doing this all the way along, you're going to get a really cool like checkerboard pattern.
Oh, it's going to look so pretty.
It's going to look really pretty. But if I then score this with the embossing tool, you will see that this is going to give us a much sharper crease, because what it does, it gets into that groove even further.
Nice.
And obviously we don't need to worry about this cracking or even kind of scoring through. You know how sometimes you can be a bit heavy-handed with your score tool? We've all done it, and you kind of go all the way through your cardstock.
Yep.
You can't do that with your acetate. It's not going to do that. It's so flexible and so like firm, but you can see the difference in those scores. This has given us a much I mean, you can see the shape it's given the acetate there. It's actually really kind of shaping it round as well. So if you're making any kind of boxes, this is the kind of acetate you want to use as well. But let me show you what it does. You may have seen this already, but let me show you how it looks when we pop this through an embossing folder. So let me trim
Oh, this is exciting.
this down because it looks so good. So if I just trim that to, we'll just go 6 by 6. Just take off all those little scores that we've done. And I'm actually going to use the chevrons, zigzags.
The zigzag?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, zigzag.
Zigzags. I can never remember what its actual name is. And let's just go to our machine, get our plate. So we're embossing, so we only need
Top and bottom?
the top and bottom. Let's grab those. So I'm just going to pop that in, run that through the machine. And what it does is it gives you such a cool effect because it embosses it absolutely perfectly. But I don't know, it looks so cool on acetate.
It's so cool.
I just love it. Let me just pop those back on there.
Oh, I can sort of see it already.
But look at that. It's really hard to show, isn't it? I don't know if I'll be better.
Do you want a piece of like
I've got some
cardstock
black
or something?
here. Let's have a look. There we go.
There you go. Look at that.
How cool is that? It looks amazing, and it is absolutely perfect. And that's not going to come out. You know, that is in there now.
And it feels textured, doesn't it?
It does. It feels so, so cool. And this is a great way of just jazzing up your apertures as well. So if we go to, let's go a card blank. Let's pop this into an aperture now.
Amazing.
So we can see this is one of our kind of favourite ways of of using acetate, I think, is like kind of apertures, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So if I go 1/2 inch round here, we'll just cut an aperture into here like this. So just going all the way around, marking it at 1/2 inch so that we can get that middle just trimmed out of there. And then we'll pop this acetate in. So when you are sticking your acetate down, you've always got to be kind of one step ahead, thinking about how you're going to hide your adhesive.
Yes, we've had a couple. Yeah, Sally has said that, like hiding adhesive. We've had a few hiding working.
Because it isn't easy because it's completely see-through.
Yeah.
So you are going to see most adhesives that you're going to be using there. So we're going to hide this one.
Okay.
Let me show you though. I'm just going to trim a little bit off it so that it doesn't hang over the edges because it is a little bit bigger than my actual card.
Yeah.
But let me show you the different adhesives and how they look when you're sticking them down. So obviously it's going to be different if you're using different colours because we're going on to white here, so you'll be able to see them quite kind of brightly.
Yeah.
But let me show you the difference in our glue dots because obviously these are blue, so you're going to see them. Let's see what else we've got. Let's go red liner on one side. So this is a clear tape, but because it isn't edge to edge, you're still going to see the sides of it.
Yeah.
So let me just pop that one there. Let me get some regular double-sided tape to go down the other side. It's a bit of a wide one, but I think we can make that work.
Yep, awesome.
And then I'll also go with my purple runner if I've got mine.
So many people. Colleen says, never thought of putting acetate in an embossing folder. Nadia said the same, like never have thought to emboss acetate. Give it a try.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, there's one. Is that one? Yes. Honestly, I've got like an extra one of these in my toolbox.
Oh, how strange.
It's very bizarre. But my purple tape runner wasn't in there. Okay,
Oh.
so I've got 4 different adhesives on there now.
Okay, yeah.
So let's get the backing off these tapes. We'll stick it down and then I can show you close up how they all look.
Nice.
So you can see what adhesive maybe is going to be best for you. So I'm just going to go straight onto there with that. Stick all those down. Give them a really good press down. And then I'll bring this up close so you can see. So the blue dots, you can still see them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you definitely don't want to be using those. The red liner, you can see it's almost got like a little bit of a creamy tinge to it.
Yeah.
So you can still see that, but it's not too bad. The regular double-sided,
That's quite
it's
forgiving.
practically invisible, isn't it? And
Yeah,
I think because I've
very.
used a wide one that's almost gone edge to edge, there's a little bit there that you can see. But if you were to go around all 4 of those,
Yeah,
you could
yeah,
probably kind
definitely.
of, and obviously you would do this on the inside ordinarily. I'm doing it on the front because I'm going to cover it.
Yeah.
But if you didn't want to cover it, this is another way. And then at the bottom we've got the purple tape runner again.
Quite forgiving.
Yeah, you can see a little bit, but it depends how much you're looking. You know, we are our own worst critics, aren't we? But something like this one, I definitely wouldn't use. But then, like I said, 9 times out of 10, you can probably just cover it. So you
Yeah.
can cover it with a few different things. You could go in again with your tapes over here and add glitters.
Yeah,
You could
of course.
add gilding flakes, decorative things like that. Ribbons are really good for hiding adhesive as well.
Definitely.
Going back over with your ribbons. But we're just going to add another kind of front onto here. So
Okay.
let me just get some...
Michelle Moffat will be trying this.
Oh, amazing. This is good to know. Let's just go with this little bit of black. So let's just do another 6x6 because we know that card blank is 6x6, and then we know that we took 1/2 inch out
Yeah.
in the aperture, so we can just do the exact same. And obviously this is something you do have to do your layers separately if you're going to sandwich in between, but it is a great way of just hiding
Oh, definitely.
your acetate workings. So we can just take out this, just snip those little corners. I do tend to like to go a little bit shorter and then just trim out rather than go too too far and end up with like a little cross in the corners. So then we can just pop this straight over, and what that will do is obviously hide all of our workings.
Yeah.
Just make sure that that is correct, and then it doesn't matter what adhesive we use here. One adhesive that I wouldn't personally recommend using with acetate is our construction glue.
Yeah.
And you would think, like, well, surely that is the best. It's construction weight acetate. It's going to be a match made in heaven. But because your acetate isn't porous like your cardstock,
there's nowhere for it to soak in,
there's nowhere for it to grab and stick. And it might stick initially, but when it's dry, it will probably peel off.
Yeah.
So you always want to try and use an adhesive that's got a little bit of grab already in it. So let me just trim off that little excess there on our acetate. There we go. But you can see now that is super neat. Gives you that most amazing finish, and it is just gorgeous. And obviously you can go back in and put, you know, anything on the inside of there. You can put the black in, so it just really kind of pops. You can add colour to your acetate, of course, as well. So we could go in with our craft markers. I don't know which is the kind of right and the wrong way, but you can go in with any permanent marker and add your colour into this. And it looks so good on acetate because it gives you that kind of stained glass effect.
It does, doesn't it? And it feels nice to colour as well, doesn't it?
Especially when you colour in embossed areas. Well, I'm going in the debossed areas here, so I can't even go out the lines.
No,
it's brilliant.
Those lines, those grooves in the embossing folder just keep you in place.
They absolutely do. So it gives you a really amazing guide. You want to make sure that you're using bright colours. So if I get something that's quite pale, let's go for this 405. It isn't going to show up. I mean, not as well anyway. It is kind of showing up there. It's like obviously a yellow.
Almost makes every shade like a shade more subtle than what it is on Ink Me, for example.
Definitely.
So if you always maybe, as a rule of thumb, go for one brighter than what you're trying to achieve, it'll sort of achieve that look.
And always just have a little piece of scrap. Just have a try. You know, that's the best way, isn't it, before you commit to your project. So if I show you that one on there, look at the difference in how much bolder that is on the cardstock. But you can create some really cool effects. Let's get in with this green just by going in and colouring in on your acetate. And this could be anything, you know, any of those foil designs, anything that's kind of floral, you can colour. And I would always colour on the back, because what it will do is it will colour your foil as well. So do we have a foiled one spare that we could?
I would say so.
Have you got any of the, was it pressed petals that's got?
Oh,
has Jess just put them all away?
Yeah, no,
I'm
she's
so
got
sorry.
this one.
Oh, amazing. So with this, if you colour on the front, what it's going to do is actually colour in your foil as well. And you kind of need to be quick with your markers onto your acetate because they dry.
They do dry
so quick.
Yeah.
So if I just hold this up, can you see how I've got kind of lines in there?
Yeah.
Which is fine. It might be a look that you want.
Yeah.
But if you don't,
you
just need to be super quick. So for something like that, I would probably go with my chisel.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if the area is big enough for your chisel, that's a bit more forgiving with your brush stroke marks.
Yeah, and try and just kind of almost do it, because you can go over it.
Yeah.
But you've just got to remember that it is going to leave you kind of marks in there, and you can kind of just wipe off any if you get any out of lines, but it is going to colour your foil. So you want to kind of colour on the reverse.
Definitely.
Let's go back to a more flowery colour than green. And we can go in and just add that detail. And because we're doing it on the back, when we turn this over, that foil is still going to be gold.
Absolutely gold. Yes. Yeah,
you know, it's still got that lovely gold kind of shimmer on there still. So yeah, colouring in onto your acetate is amazing. It looks so cool. Let me bring this back up now as well so you can see how cool that looks with your embossing folder. And it kind of creates a shadow in the background. You see it kind of, that pastel shadow creating in the background. It's so cool. So just have a play around with like your markers.
Definitely.
Your embossing folders particularly, and just create some really cool effects. It's wonderful.
Really cool. I think you've really inspired everyone. Fiona says good tip. Beverly Richards says, didn't think acetate could be so versatile, and I've just bought some prism markers.
Oh, amazing.
So I will certainly have a go at this.
Let me quickly show you this
Yes.
last bit before you can move on.
Yeah.
So our snowfall acetate, obviously, is snowy. So this is a
Gorgeous.
white foil.
It is.
It's white on the back as well. Okay, so this is a opaque foil, that's the word I was looking for. But we can make it like confetti as well. So exactly the same way that we've coloured in everything else, you're just going to go in with your markers. Let's get a pink, so I've not done pink yet. You go in with your markers and just add little pops of colour to those little white flecks of foil. So I'm doing it on the foil side.
Because you want your foil to be coloured in on this occasion.
Yeah, absolutely. And what it does, it just kind of really covers and adds, and your pens are going to be quite true to the colour because you're going on to white.
Yes.
And it's also really good because if you do go out the lines a little bit, if you're using pale colours, you can't even really see like that you've gone over them a little bit. Black's easy to work on because you can really see the white obviously showing.
It looks so cute
But
on
it
there.
looks so cute when we pop that onto white. It gives you the cutest like confetti
look at
cake
that.
sprinkles effect.
It
It's
really is.
sweet, isn't it?
Really, really sweet. I absolutely love that. Really, really cute technique. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody loves it. Fiona again says cool confetti. Jackie Bradley says, I remember making my sister a birthday card from acetate 4 years ago and it's still on the mantelpiece.
No way.
That is crazy. It is very construction friendly. It is strong stuff. That is an amazing story. Anne Dawson says, loves the confetti look. Carol Rooney says, what a great idea. I think we're definitely going to be doing that because I actually feel like when we're not Christmas crafting, I put it away and it feels so sad.
I know.
It might be nice to get it out and do
Definitely.
some confetti.
Mine lives in, I've got like a plastic wallet that's got my acetate in and then my snowfall always sits behind it. And every time I take my acetate, I'm always like,
oh, the snowfall. Oh, it's so cute. So we'll just be doing cake sprinkle cards instead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, it'd be so great for like maybe like the little book of chocolate or anything that you've got like with kits like that. Amazing. Thank you so much, Anne-Marie. We'll be coming back over for some more tips and tricks, so don't go anywhere. But we're going to show you those embossing folders because we have had so much love for these, even just in general, never mind with acetate.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
today, so many people just not realising you can use them with an absolute multiple of materials. Cardstock, obviously, pattern papers, little book pages, parchment. And obviously our acetate, I mean, how fab did that chevron card look, with especially in that aperture as well. Super, super fun technique. We've got our stripes, $5.99. We've got our zigzags, which Anne-Marie used, and we have our dots as well. And again, if you don't have any snow, you could sort of, obviously these dots are more uniform than your snowfall.
Yeah.
You could mimic the look
Definitely,
though. You could just be colouring in like one or two.
Yeah, or you could just do them like single colour to create like a polka, like, you know, just like black and white.
Nice, classy.
Yeah, would be gorgeous.
We've got any two for $9.98, and these are all in stock, aren't they, Jess?
Yeah,
Awesome. It's just the stars we're waiting for, isn't it? I'm sure we're going to have an amazing time when that one comes back into stock. They're not too far. We're thinking mid-July, aren't we?
Yeah, not long now.
Not long now. But these are totally available, so do get your hands on them. And like I say, give them a whirl with your acetate. It does look fabulous. Myra Langdon says the snowfall one with the colours, Christmas lights, fairy lights.
Oh, yeah, that would be amazing.
Of course, you can still have it festive with a little bit of colour. Amazing, thank you for that one. Danny says, don't forget to save all your scrap acetate pieces for pop-up boxes.
Yes.
You know, the little strips that you need. So good tip. Absolutely amazing. We also have our card blanks and envelopes. Are these here, Jess? Is this where this is? No? Oh, yeah. Got it. I'm not ready for this. I was absolutely engrossed.
I went back to the back shelf of part 2 yesterday and it was here and I got very confused.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's keeping us on our toes. Okay, card blanks and envelopes from £3.99. Absolutely huge range of shapes and sizes. And like I say, every card needs a card blank. You just need them in your stash. We've got so many different sizes as well. Another thing that we always say is they are absolutely true to size. It's not your envelope that's the size of that. It is your actual card blank itself, which again, you'd be like, well, yeah, of course it is. But not all brands do this.
They don't. I only found this out recently. I was horrified.
I know. I know. I think I was with you when we broke that news, and I was like,
horrified.
did you not know this? Like, we're spoilt here.
We are.
But it's good because it just makes our lives so much easier.
It does.
Who wants to be chopping off like a mil here and a mil there? No,
thank you.
we don't have time. We just want the fun crafting. So we've got DLs in here, a very, very popular size. 6x6s. They're all pre-scored for you, and the machine scored as well, aren't they? So they're nice and strong.
They're proper.
Proper good scores. And like I say, you get your matching envelopes included as well, so you don't have to buy those separately. Kelly did say as well, a sneak peek, if you are one of our Diamond members, don't get them today, maybe think about getting them tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you heard it from me. I don't spill secrets unless I'm allowed. So if you're a Diamond member, get your card blanks. One of those, especially with the most wonderful time of the year coming up. You'll need lots of card blanks.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. And then we have, because these are great. These would make sense. And I think we can maybe talk Anne-Marie into making us a little shaker.
We are going to be shakering next.
Yes. We have got our sequin and glitter packs here. They're $14.99 each. And 2 for £24. Again, great for, like I say, the most wonderful time of the year that is coming very, very soon. We've got our sequin assortment pack. I absolutely love these. Not only are they are a fabulous selection of colours, the little jars are so cute.
They're so cute.
Honestly, even when I'm finished with them, I still keep them for like other bits and pieces. They're
they're just adorable,
cute.
aren't they?
Super cute little jars with the hunky-dory H on them. And again, you've got your gold, your silver, black, white, all of those beautiful teals and blues. And then you've got your red, pink, purple, and of course your holographic one here. Let me just show you that one, because that is beautiful. Look at that holographic there.
It's amazing.
They match so well with our mirror colours as well. Absolutely beautiful. So obviously this one with your rainbow, we've got our gold, silver and black there. Your white goes great with snowfall acetate. And you can mix and match them as well and make your own sort of little,
for sure.
little potions
Definitely.
of sequins and glitters. We absolutely love that. And then here we come to our glitters. So we've got one for all occasions. Let me just bring this one in as well. Just in case you can't see it too well, but these ones, they just look like 4 different white ones, but they've actually got tiny little speckles of sparkle in different shades. So we've got the Stargazer one, we've got the Fairy Dust, which has little pink, purple ones, the Flower Puff, which has little pink and orange, and then we've got the rainbow with all of those colours. Super subtle, but so effective. We've got our 2 different shades of gold there. We've got a more warm and cool toned copper, bronze, silver, graphite. Love that one.
Nice.
Midnight Sky and Noir. Love that. And then we go into our sort of colour families here. So we've got our pinks and purples with a little bit of sort of tealy purples in there as well, cooler tones. We've got our wonderful blues and greens, so your gorgeous turquoises, your apple shade in there, absolutely stunning. Again, so great to use on shakers with your acetate. We've got our glitter assortment in our festive range, and these have sequins and glitter, so there are 2 in 1. And not only that, the little stars. Love that. Look at those little rainbow stars. We've got silver, gold and holographic. And again, a range of Christmassy glitters in there. Again, one to be stocking up on for sure. And then we have our gorgeous holographic ones. Now, if I bring these a bit closer, you can see those little holographic
They're amazing, aren't
they?
they?
They are stunning. Absolutely stunning. So they are our solid colours mixed with a bit of holographic glitter, just for a really nice, glamorous, multifaceted look for you. They're non-toxic and acid-free as well, which is just lovely. But that's that's all I've got to show you guys. We're coming back
shake her
over
in?
to you. Yeah, shake her in.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to use our dies to create our aperture. You can obviously do that same idea where you take your trimmer and cut like a regular square out of there if you want to, but we're going to use our dies.
Nice.
And there's a few different ways of doing a shaker. So we could cut this shape out of here and then have something in the background and it's kind of solid.
Yeah.
But I really like shakers that are completely see-through on the
Nice.
back of the card, well, on the front of the card as well, if you will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these two pieces of cardstock together. So I've just cut off, I think, a 1/4 inch all the way around. So we've just got a little bit of a matten layer on there. And I'm just going to secure these down because we're just going to be a bit lazy and cut these together rather than cut them separately. It just helps to make sure that they're in exactly the right place. We don't need to worry about it moving or anything like that. So just go in and secure those down like that. There we go. So open that out, don't make that mistake, and pop your die on there as well. So we're just gonna line that up roughly central. You can use any die,
Yeah,
of course. Grab our plates. I'm going to use the metal plate because we're going through 2 pieces of cardstock.
Yeah.
So I am going to use that as well. So let's just get that in there first. Put our magnetic sheet on there. Get the 2 top and bottom plates from earlier. And let's bob that through the machine. So what that's going to do, it's going to cut through that matten layer that we're adding onto the front, but it's also going to cut through the actual front of our card blank.
It is, yeah.
So it's going to give us like a double aperture, if you will.
Nice.
And that's just going to give us the space to sandwich all those shaker elements in between.
Beautiful.
So let's just grab that out of here. Pop those back on there. I'm scared of knocking my drink off and it going everywhere. Okay, let's just take those. It's cut through that absolutely perfectly. I wasn't sure like how it would cut, whether we'd have to do a little bit of, give it a little bit of a helping hand. So obviously it's like stuck for dear life.
Yeah, that Gemini, it's a very strong machine.
So let me just grab my craft knife just to get through here first, and then I'll take off the excess bits, because what I'm hoping we can do is maybe flip this piece over so we can hide the back.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So let me just grab that bit and then this last little bit here. There we go. So let's just try and get these off without tearing everything. Obviously you can spend a little bit more time at home and try not to rip everything.
I know, it is so difficult.
And at least it's only on the tiny little edges.
So true.
It's fine.
So true.
So we should be able to get these off, and then we'll get our acetate involved and do some sprinkles. Now I've got some sequins here, but I'm not going to lie, I quite fancy those stars now I've seen them.
Oh yeah?
I'd forgotten about those. Or forgotten all about them.
So had I, actually.
And I think we need them open for the most wonderful time of the year anyway.
We do.
It's already been taken from stock. We may as well keep it.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
let's dive right. I need no encouragement to dive right into these.
So let's take these, because I'm hoping we can maybe... No, we can't. We can't. We're just going to have to put it with a torn front, unfortunately. Note to self, use a skinnier tape next time.
Just going to squeeze them in there.
Thank you.
They're so pretty.
They're so cute. I don't know why I'd forgotten all about them.
I know, so had I.
Because I know about the sequins.
We do. We absolutely do.
Okay, so use a skinny tape so that you're not getting tape all over your card. Maybe we didn't need a metal plate after all.
Yeah, it's really sandwiched that tape down, hasn't it?
It really, really has.
Sometimes, like when I do this as well, because I do this a lot, is sometimes like the little spatula bit of your pokey tool can get it off quite nicely.
Yeah.
It does just, not always,
I know
but
what you mean.
sometimes.
Yeah, just getting that
get that
under.
little grab, that little peel.
Let's give that a go.
is sometimes a good, it works for me sometimes as well.
Yeah, it's kind of better.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I mean, you can't see it from this angle anyway on the camera that it's all torn. It's only my eyes, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I know.
Okay. Let's grab that. Right, we've committed to that. Although, thinking about it actually, I bet you could have got away with it and just turned the whole card
Oh,
inside
yeah.
out, couldn't I?
So true.
Oh, there we go, see?
Oh, right.
Fixed.
Yeah?
Kind of.
I'm going to sleep a little bit better
No,
tonight.
I'm just going to leave it, I think. No. I don't think it helps. It doesn't help enough.
Okay,
Let's go back. Okay, so now we're going to get our acetate involved anyway. So we need some on the back of here and we need some onto here.
Okay.
Okay, so we can trim this down because we don't need a full 6x6 sheet. Let's have a look at what size our die is. We can probably just go 5 actually.
Okay,
so
cool.
if I trim this to 5 this way first and then 5 this way, like that, and get these stuck down. So I'm going to stick this one in first. So this one can go in completely flat. So we're just going to go around.
Oh, how satisfying is that with the tape in there?
It's the best, isn't it?
That is gorgeous.
It's the absolute best. Don't worry about any extra adhesive that might be poking out because you're going to cover this up. So don't worry again. Don't worry about how it looks because that's all going to be hidden. And then we're going to go in with our strips. So I'm going to go to my skinny strips.
Nice.
And I'm going to go for the chunkiest of the skinnies.
Yep.
And we're going to go around this
Yep.
shape. So keeping it quite tight. Because if you put them all the way down here, everything's going to sit down here. And it's going to end up sitting below your aperture and you're not actually going to see anything.
No, you want it nice and snug up to that aperture.
Yeah. And also, think about what you're putting in here. So if you're putting in sequins, buttons, the stars, anything that's a little bit chunkier, you don't have to be so tight with joining your foam pads up.
No.
But if you're using glitter, you need to make sure they have no gaps.
Absolutely.
Otherwise,
it was Nadia that asked that actually. Like I say, so many of the guys on the comments answered her straight away, but she says, does the glitter not escape? Not if you have it nice and tight.
Yeah, an alternative for your glitter would be a cello bag as well.
Of course,
you know. But another thing I like to do is kind of cover the join.
Yeah.
So rather than having them all join in the same place, because I like to double up with sequins and things like that, because it just gives them more room to shake.
Definitely.
Is kind of cover that join up so you don't have both layers of your foam pad joining in the same place.
Absolutely.
If that makes sense.
And like you say, it does help with static and movement and everything. Like, it's just a win-win anyway.
Definitely. So let's get this last one in. So I'll just start over there and then bring that around. And then we're going to go in next with our anti-static bag. So that's just going to help make sure that there isn't loads of excess static in here, because it is acetate, it is a plastic essentially, and it is going to give you that little bit of static. Also, the edges of your foam pads are a little bit sticky. So just kind of butt that up to the edge of your foam pads just to kind of help remove any of the stick from in there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just to, it's that, it's tacky rather than sort of sticky.
Yeah.
Oh, they look so cute.
They look so cute. So I'm gonna go in with the rainbow, and I'm gonna go in with some of the holographic as well.
Beautiful.
Because why not?
Why not?
And then I'm going to take off my foam pads. So do this bit carefully. Make sure it doesn't kind of like jump around, because you don't want all your bits and pieces kind of jumping around and then sticking into your foam pads.
Absolutely.
And then we're going to anti-static this one as well. Nearly forgot then.
100%. And obviously, like Anne-Marie, as you can see her crafting, but it's worth pointing out, obviously she's very careful about where she's placing your hand. Hand oils are the worst for static.
They are.
Even if you don't have like hand cream or hand oil on,
you've
you
just got
still
so
just
much natural
hand oil on there. It is so true. Oh, look at that.
So cute, isn't it?
So once you have staticked it, have your hands to the side and around your project as much as, obviously it's difficult.
It is tricky, but you kind of get used to it, don't you?
Yeah.
It becomes like almost like the norm to just pick up your cardstock from the edges, your acetate from the edges.
Definitely.
Okay, I think well, that's there. So let's get this down. Ignore this.
Okay.
Where it's all messy.
No one's noticed it.
You have to ignore that. Take more time when you're doing this yourself. So I'm going to go in with some tape on the corners of the acetate there, but just to really make sure that this is secure, I'm going to go in with my strips as well, right on the very edges here, just so it's all going to sit the same height,
yeah,
just to make it a little bit neater, that's all. So I'll just double those up. This is why we need the 4mm strips.
Definitely.
I have asked Adam multiple times now.
I know they've been on the agenda recently though, so hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll see.
We can only ask.
I know. He just forgets, doesn't he?
He
and
does.
then 3 months roll by and we're like, come on, Adam.
Yeah. Well, Dan will be in here on Friday, so if you all pester Dan, then it might happen.
Do you know what? Honestly, I did the show on Monday, Hunky Dory Fest with Dan on the Monday afternoon, and honestly, it was just like a request section. It was great. And I was like, well, this isn't me requesting this. This is our lovely customers at home, so you have to listen.
Yeah, you have to listen. These are the rules.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's get this last one off here as well.
Michelle Nauman says, I think Nat has already pestered Dan. Don't worry, we'll keep on
We'll just
it.
keep at it.
Yeah.
Definitely. I've not been here, so I can just say I didn't know you'd already been asked.
Yeah, I know it's been a topic of recent interest, so you never know.
You never know. Okay, I'm just going to open this out so I can see the edge of my die underneath, so so that I can get that. Sorry for my head.
Ooh, that's so cute. Michelle Moffat says, where have these stars? Have I been under a rock? Wow.
Tell me about it. Where have I been?
We need to go and get ourselves some of these. Wow.
Isn't it cool?
So cute.
But I love that completely kind of see-through effect.
It's gorgeous.
So you don't have to be that kind of extra. You can obviously just cut the front panel. But I do personally really like that effect.
Me
It
too.
just looks so cute.
It's so cute.
I
And
love them.
shaker cards are so satisfying. Myra says it's like a double glazed effect.
Yes. It is really cool, isn't it?
Absolutely, 100%. This card would be great for a number on for a milestone birthday.
Oh, it would, definitely.
Comment from Debbie there, absolutely gorgeous. Viv Williams says, you guys really are the best out there, explaining everything in baby form. I love that.
That's because that's what we work in.
We do. We like things in simple terms. A lot of love for our true to size card blanks as well.
Yes.
Everybody's saying, don't you just love it when you get a card that's 5 5/8? No, we don't.
Absolutely not. Who wants to be messing about with those in between measurements like that?
I know. There was a heavy element of sarcasm in there, and I was like, and I appreciated that.
Yeah.
Win It Weekly reminder for the third and final part of our show. Into the Wild Designer Decollage Collection. 24 of these beautiful sets could be yours, and we would like you to like, share and comment A, B or C. The question is up there with all of your numbers on there, and yeah, just get those comments in. Be announcing that on Friday. So much love. Carol says, loving the double acetate shaker. Karen, great shaker. Anne-Marie, loved and shared. Love those stars, says Michelle.
They're so cute.
So cute. Get those in your basket. They are which ones are they? They're the Christmas
set, isn't it?
The Christmas glitter set.
Yeah. Which you're going to need anyway.
You are going to need them. It's nice to have a mix of both as well.
Definitely.
Okay, couple more bits and pieces for you. Reminder about our magazine. Very, very popular. Because we have, again, I think as well it's worth mentioning because, again, you can be embossed. The wonderful waves on acetate. It's going to look like water.
And you could do all the blues, like all the different shades of blues on all of those individual kind of lines. It would look stunning.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Be getting your craft markers in there. Oh, 100%. So we've got that wonderful waves. It comes with your beautiful glossy new look magazine as well, full of all your tips, tricks, projects, beautiful projects. We all had so much fun working on this, and it comes with this amazing kit here, the nautical moments here. gorgeous for this time of year. We've got those summer holidays on the horizon, all of our staycations that we love. Beautiful imagery, so unisex as well, perfect for any recipient.
Definitely.
It is gorgeous, and again, the foiling on there is absolutely to die for. It's gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. We've got a nice mixture of sort of tropical, some kind of sort of like manly nautical kind of harbour scenes and things. It is just so great. That one is just stunning, and I would just be putting that in a frame straight away. Maybe splitting that in half and doing 2. That'd look so cute.
That would look fab.
Love that. And then this is where we go into sort of like slightly more tropical vibes with the soft sands and the beach huts.
We're down for that.
We're so down for that. Absolutely so down for that. Little no-hito or mojito, always welcome.
I'll drink your mojito, don't worry.
Absolutely, absolutely, 100%. And again, we've got that gorgeous foiled edge-to-edge cardstock in a mag-free gift. Come on.
I know, it's absolutely crazy, isn't it? The collection for this magazine is just so beautiful.
It's so beautiful. And again, your double-sided papers are delightful as well. Full patterns on this side, and then sort of like little topper or picture-perfect kind of images on there. Perfect for creating your own little toppers or card fronts. They are so, so wonderful. And again, you're going to get that beautiful look as well. Again, we've got some cards with acetate in there as well, but we thought it was worth showing because this actually comes with your luxury foiled acetate, which again, for a magazine free gift, the magazine itself is $9.99.
It's madness, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. We've got the gorgeous sort of postage and passport stamps there, and then we've got this wonderful, luxurious, swirly wave texture as well. So we're going to show you some more cards with that as well. So there's £17 plus worth of freebies in that $9.99 magazine, shall I add. But yeah, we're going to show you some cards as well because we've got this one here. And again, once you lay it with your toppers and your pattern papers, you can hide all of those workings. I'm sure there's probably adhesive behind this border strip, behind this topper, and it's been placed so, so well that you can absolutely do that. We've got this one as well that uses it as a card front as well. You can see the workings on this one because I think this one's a demo one. But again, there's so many things you can do. You can draw around them, anything you like. You can use matching little frames and things, or your dies as well. Many of our toppers are sized to fit those dies. We've got another one with our acetate there, just bridging it in between those gaps. It's so cute. Let me see if I can just pop that out. Doesn't that look so lovely? It's just in that little panel. So, so gorgeous. And the embossing folder as well. So we haven't got any that have embossed with acetate, but if you want a look at the effect you can get with that, it is stunning. We've got one with the sort of more rustic craft card look. And then we've got this one as well. I actually had the pleasure of demoing this one, so it is so, so nice with those images. And speaking of acetate as well, I said to Jess as well that, again, it's so good on those diamond cards as well because it's so pretty. Just gives a really elegant look to it. So Kat made this one, the little easel card. Natalie did the demonstration on this one, using it as a whole card front just like this. Absolutely stunning. I just love that card so much. And she did this one as well, which is just epic. Look at that.
Oh, it's stunning, isn't it?
Isn't it stunning? It is just absolutely blowing me away, that card. And then this one was one that I actually, again, had the pleasure of demonstrating. So boxing it round those sides. Again, a technique that we absolutely love here. And again, you can put that fussy cutting panels on. Again, it's a little bit deeper than a normal card, but again, no workings on this.
No,
they're all because you don't look in there, so it's absolutely all covered beautifully. So we just thought they were really, really worth showing those cards that you can make. There's a real choice in there. We've got box fronts, we've got card blanks here, easels, absolutely loads that you can be doing with your acetate. Anne-Marie, have we got time to squeeze in a few more?
Yes, we're going to show you some of the card blank kind of techniques.
Yeah.
So one of my favourite ones is if you're not 100% confident in using acetate and you're thinking, well, how can I kind of gradually bring it in, is kind of using it as like a bridge. So I've just got a little 6x4 card blank here, and I'm just going to cut away. Let's open it out because we don't need to cut the back as well. I'm just going to cut at 1 inch here, just up to my score line. And then I'm going to cut about here. So I'm just taking a section out of the front here. I'm going to fold those back down and cut this a little bit away. And then I'm going to go back to that little bit of foiled acetate that we had earlier, because it's perfect for this kind of task. Is your foiled one? It's perfect because you can see all of that beautiful foiling. It's going to really help it kind of pop from the background as well. But we don't need. Where's that bit gone? It's like I know it's there. So that gap is about 2 inches. So if I cut this to 2.5, that's going to be plenty to just bridge that little gap. So we can go back to this now, and we're just going to stick that in to that section there. So go in with our red liner. Now, I'm not too fussy about covering up my workings on the inside of my cards like this. If you want to, though, I would probably use maybe like an insert paper just to cover these two side panels so that you can hide that adhesive. But it's I think it just comes down to personal preference, doesn't it?
I was just thinking that. I was like, workings with acetate is a matter of taste. Even if you're going to see your workings as well. Like, obviously you've used nice neat lines with your tape. You've gone edge to edge on the sides. You know,
if it's on the front, it's different, isn't it? But
definitely
for the inside, I just feel like it's just kind of up to you, isn't it?
100%.
So I'm just going to pop that there, and then I'm just going to bring these down, just making sure, because this one is a little bit more flexible because it's only a little skinny piece, just making sure it lines up at the edge there. Bring that one down there.
Oh, look
and then
at
you've
that.
just got that really beautiful kind of bridged effect there. And again, you could take that to the back as well. You could cut the back out completely and re-put it together as you know, that kind of double see-through panel. Another way, let me show you that kind of box technique as well.
Oh, I love this one.
Oh, me too. It's one of my absolute favourites. So we're going to go to our scoreboard. I've already got a piece of acetate, so we're working on a 5x5 card. So I've trimmed this to 5x7, and I'm going to give myself...
The scoreboard is such a handy tool. I think I was meant to show it. Jess, can we pop the SKUs on for the scoreboard, please? Because again, it is going to be such a partner in crime for doing these kind of projects.
So I always allow 1/2 inch for my tab, which is going to kind of stick around the back.
Yep.
And then the depth is up to you. Sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
Because you might think, oh, 1/2 inch is nothing. I'm going to go to 1 inch. But actually, it's really,
Quite
really deep.
Isn't it?
Yeah. So 1/2 inch is kind of like my go-to. So 1/2 inch tab, 1/2 inch for your depth. And then whatever your card size is in the middle as well, make sure you kind of do that maths. And then fold along your scores.
I like doing half, well, mainly because I did learn this technique off you, but also it's just, I know to just add 2 inches on every time. It's just so easy, isn't it?
Yeah, if you're not very good with maths and numbers, then this is just a nice way of making it nice and simple.
Definitely.
And then to make sure that we do hide these bits and pieces, because again, you could go straight onto your card blank. We could tuck that one in the front, tuck that one round the back. But to make this super neat, just take another piece of cardstock exactly the same size, so 5x5, to create that kind of just that little bit of hidden area, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So I'm just going to go with my tape winner just for speed for this one. Again, I'd use my red liner for this ordinarily, and just pop in that side on first. So I do like to do one at a time, get that one in place, and then just tuck that one in. And again, just give that a really good press down. And because you've got that depth, you can just go in and give it a really good press.
Yeah.
And then another thing that I like with acetate, if you fold these creases in, let me fold them nice and tight. And if I hold it up here, can you see it's kind of curving in? If we go in and then press those down a little bit like that, it's going to give us a bit more of a bowed effect.
I love that.
So have a play around with how they're sitting, because you can just kind of push those back down and make it a little bit more straight. Have a play around with that effect, because it's just a simple little thing, but it does change how it sits.
It really does, absolutely.
So get this onto here. So I always like to make sure these cards open at the side as well when you've got the box front, rather than kind of the top.
Yeah.
Because they kind of sit like this. Sometimes you don't even need the back of the card.
No.
Sometimes you can it stands up itself.
Yeah, it's structural enough.
Yeah.
Especially if you are using that 220 micron heavyweight
Definitely.
acetate, it is amazing for doing that.
And then let me show you how we can make our card blank straight out of this. So we can fold it in half, make A5 cards.
Yeah.
I like to trim it down to just under 6 to make my little square ones as well.
Nice.
But we can do like fancy cards like our steppers as well.
Oh, we can.
Let's trim this down to our preferred size of 28 centimetres. Take out that little piece. Go to our scoreboard again. And we obviously want to work on our centimetre side.
We do,
Because it's easier. And I'm going to score this. We're going to do a centre stepper. So I'm going to have the steps at the side and my panel in the middle.
Nice.
So I'm going to score these. I'm going to come down to like 3 at the side. So I'm going to go 3, 6, 10, 14, all the way through, because that's halfway.
Yeah.
When we trimmed it down to 28, and then 21, so just up there. And then I'm just going to flip it over.
Awesome.
And I'm going to do the same at this side. So 3, down to about 3 there. 6, 10, 14 we don't need to do because it's already done.
And 21.
And 21. And then we're going to pop this back out of the way.
Amazing.
Go to our trimmer. And I'm just going to come into 3 centimetres at the top here, line that up, and I'm going to cut from the top score line there down to the bottom one, which is down here. It is a little bit tricky to see, so you might need to kind of have a move around to get the light to catch the scores.
Yeah.
And the same on the other side, just pop that in. So we're going to go from that one there up to that one there.
Love this.
And then you're just going to fold it up exactly the same way as you do any other stepper card. So I'm going to go in the middle first of all and get that one in. And then I'm just going to go down to the side, concertina, those little steps up.
Amazing. Have to catch up with some of the comments because Viv Williams has started this saying, can we have another 3 demos, please? We would love to. Anne-Marie has got the busiest day ever on Thursday and she is off tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we could have another 3 demos now, but there would be no demos on Hobby Maker on Thursday.
Demos on Thursday. Absolutely not. There is one more thing I'd like to show you when I've done this.
Oh, let's have a look.
Okay,
at
so that's your
look
stepper card.
this.
And because it is that 220 micron, it's going to hold its own. You know, it's such a substantial material, isn't it? It is amazing.
It looks beautiful before you've even put anything on it.
I know, it is just so gorgeous, isn't it? And I also really love using your gemstones on acetate like this because they look like they're floating.
They do.
They're just so beautiful, aren't they? So that is how you can make your actual base cards out of it. But when we were talking about this one, and we were talking about a dome effect, I just wanted to show you how you can quickly create like a domed front if you wanted to
like
as
a
well.
curved one.
Yeah, so let me get another piece of acetate quickly here, and I'm going to trim it to 6 because I know I've got a 6x6 card blank line around.
Oh, Carol Rooney says that stepper looks so elegant. Michelle
Doesn't it?
says absolutely. Imagine it being fully foiled or with snowfall.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
So many different possibilities. Absolutely gorgeous.
Love it. Okay, so I've got a 6x6 card blank. I've trimmed this to 6 already. So again, I'm going to start off with my 1/2 inch for my tab.
Amazing.
Okay, and then if you're not great with the maths, if you've got this bit of cardstock, you can kind of put that back in. So that is going to give us a flat front. Okay, if we score at 7, that's going to give us that lovely dome effect.
Yeah.
And again, I'm just going to score it at 7.5. I'm actually going to trim it there.
Okay, cool.
So let's just trim that bit off. And again, less is more when it comes to the dome, for sure. I've done it myself in the past, and I'm like, oh, an inch and a half, and I put the dome out, and it's like this.
Super deep.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. So honestly, 1/2 inch is absolutely fine. And again, this is brilliant for your foiled acetates, your snowfall.
Of course.
It looks absolutely amazing. But if you don't want that boxy front, if you want something a little bit softer, then this kind of bowed effect is really, really nice. So again, we can just bring that up, pop that down, make sure that's nice and secure. Again, I would use my red liner. This is purely for kind of speed. But look at that that bow
Curve,
that we've
yeah,
got
there
on there,
we
that's
go.
only 1/2 inch.
Oh my God.
So imagine how an inch or an inch and a half is going to
Yeah.
look. So honestly, less is always more. But that gives such a gorgeous effect because you can kind of put things inside there, you can put things on the front. It is just, again, one of my absolute favourite ways of using acetate.
Super beautiful. And again, that is just, you haven't used a card blank for that. That is
No,
literally
that's
holding
standing
up on
up.
its own.
Yeah, that is literally the back of the cardstock, the 6x6 cardstock. So,
Love.
you know, you can pop an insert on the back of there,
Yeah.
cover up your workings, and
Yep.
you're done. You've got like a display piece, haven't you, rather than a card?
Absolutely. Thank you so much,
You're
Anne-Marie.
welcome.
The comments, amazing. This Beverly Richards says, great show. Thank you for showing us some great demos. Karen Mills says, this has been such an inspirational show about how to use
good.
acetate. Fabulous demos as always. Thank you so much. You can always watch this show back and take the tips and tricks with you. If you just, you know, save it to your favourites or watch it again, it's absolutely fine. Okay. TV schedule. Natalie is with you on Hobby Maker today. The Hunky Dory Fest is continuing with Hobby Maker.
It's coming to an end today.
It is. It's the final. She said she'll be taking the final stage. It is the swan song. It is 1, 4 and 7 p.m. with our final lot of deals. We have saved some goodies to the end. We really, really have. There's some amazing bits and pieces. And next up on Hunky Dory TV, it says Kelly and Kat. It's going to be me and Kat. We're doing a little bit of a switch. Kelly has kindly swapped for me. And we have got some sparkly, fresh diamond deals for you. So do stay tuned. I know a lot of people renewed last week. So it is just wonderful to get all of those newbie diamond members fully into the mix with some incredible diamond deals. We do know how to treat our diamond members here. It is amazing. So join us tomorrow from 10 a.m. and have a lovely rest of your Tuesday.